All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews, and tonight we're doing something a little unexpected. We just finished a viewing party on my channel for the Amazon Prime movie Butt Boy. This is something that we've been talking about for a week or so about watching, and we finally got around to watching it. One of my subscribers and close people on the channel and the community, this was their first suggestion for the watch party. We always like to give people a chance to pick their own movies, and this one I wasn't sure about. I'm still I still don't know what to think about what we just watched. But tonight we're talking about this 2019 horror thriller comedy from director Tyler Cornack and starring Tyler Cornack as Chip. It's also written and produced by Ryan Koch, however you want to say it, Koch, who co-wrote the screenplay with Tyler Cornack. So Tyler Cornack is directing, writing, starring. He's doing a lot of different things in this, and he's really mostly known for like his short. He's done a few things, but there's a thing called Tiny Cinema that he did. He's in independent cinema, and basically everybody in this is in independent films. They aren't huge stars. There's no big stars in this movie, probably because it's called Butt Boy, probably because of the premise, but in the end, this is one insane movie, and I had to pause. Sorry, I just sneezed really loud, and I could barely hold it in. So yes, this movie stars Tyler Cornack as Chip Gutchell, Tyler Rice as Detective Russell, Shelby Dash as Ann Gutchell, and just there's a few other like small parts, but those are the three main parts. It's a and we're not gonna spoil this movie. I am gonna tell you about the premise of it and what I thought overall. and look, here's the premise of this movie. There's a guy named Chip who is, in the typical kind of mundane life, mundane job, new baby, unsatisfying home life. Things are weird because there's a baby. Things are just not the same probably as before the baby came. And he goes in for his first prostate exam, and this opens up a new world of possibilities for Chip because he soon realizes he enjoys butt play. Yeah. And it escalates quickly from there because he becomes voracious in his desire to feel good in that way. So things start going up there, small at first, but quickly getting bigger things going on until he ends up putting living things in there. And we jump to 9 years later to where a cop is called in to investigate a missing kid, and he soon finds out that coincidentally Chip is the cop's AA sponsor, and when another kid goes missing in Chip's office building, the guy in question quickly, Chip becomes, it turns out, he gets called to this case where Chip works, and Chip quickly becomes the main suspect in this crime. And it's basically a cat and mouse movie with this cop trying to prove that Chip is putting people up his butt, and that's why they're missing. Here's the thing. This is an insane premise. This is an insane movie. This is a hard to watch movie probably for a lot of people. I happen to think it was hilarious. I happen to think that it was kind of really well acted. And the other thing is, it was shot amazingly. These guys really, really did a good job filming this movie. This is a movie that you're on the surface you could just dismiss and not take seriously, and it shouldn't be. But they take the subject matter of this movie and it's handled very seriously. Even everything that is hilariously funny is handled straight. So while we can laugh, we're in on the joke. The director knows you're in on the joke. The way they film it, everyone is taking this absolute crazy farce seriously. Not like Naked Gun, but this is filmed, like this reminded me of several things, several different kinds of filmmakers. This made me think of Kevin Smith. This made me think of Michael Mann. This made me think of David Fincher. The only thing is, it's the subject that is absolutely bizarre and just over the top, gross and hilarious. And it is not for everyone. But, but, I highly recommend this movie if you are someone that is very open-minded about taking chances on what you watch. There's a million different cookie cutter bullshit movies that you can watch for, whenever. There's very few original movies out there. And so when one comes down the pipeline, I have to watch it. And I am glad I saw this. I'm pretty sure that about 90% of the people that watched it with us enjoyed this movie as well. It's way better than it deserves to be. And I actually think that the director and the other actors, the three main actors in this, should have a little bit better careers coming to them. I really do, especially the two main actors. Tyler Rice, I think that's his name, right? Yeah. He's like doing a weird, like De Niro kind of face mugging thing throughout the whole thing. And so, I mean, there is some like kind of overacting. There's some they're trying really hard. The actors are trying really hard, and some of it is very downplayed. The director himself plays very, very quiet and very reserved. This guy who's putting people up his ass. And so I would love to talk about all of this in a spoiler review, but I'm just not going to do that. But again, I really do recommend this because of the originality of it, the fact that they take it very seriously, even though the subject matter is absolutely ridiculous. It has an insane ending. There's a scene that takes place in a laser tag, like arcade. They do so many interesting things in this, film-wise. And again, the cinematography and the way it was shot is all just fantastic. This feels like something, if it wasn't for the subject matter, you wouldn't really know that you weren't watching like a crime thriller that could have come out at the theater. If it wasn't about a guy putting things up his butt and it was some other serial killer movie, you wouldn't really notice the difference. And so that's all I've got to say about Butt Boy. I mean, I usually start these things by saying, hey, like, subscribe, and all that. But if you liked this video, please hit the like button. Comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. This is an insane movie. And again, I'm really glad that we watched it. Now, after hearing all that, if you didn't like hearing what you just saw and you wished you'd never heard of the movie Butt Boy, well, I can't 100% disagree with you. So we're going to give you a better memory right now. So anybody who liked listening to this review, look away. We're going to help these people out and forget they ever heard about Butt Boy. You just watched Mean Girls for the millionth time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good night.